If you remove the jump shot from Steph Curry and you remove the handle from Kyrie, who's the better player?
Kyrie.
Hold up. Say something.
I just feel like everybody's like, oh, it's a landslide.
You don't think Kyrie is stronger? You don't think he has better mid-range? You don't think he's a better finisher? You don't think he's better in the post? You don't think he's a better space creator? Like, if you took away his handle, he still has post game. He still can finish at the baja. He still has pull-up, and he still can play pick and roll. Steph Curry is a great player, but everything is predicated off of the jumper.
When we talk about
It's kind of like a dick move, though. Like, if you take away the handle of Steph Curry versus the jump shot of Kyrie, that's like a whole different debate itself. If you're taking away a ball handle, which, by the way, you have him running the pick and roll, meaning you're allowing him to at least dribble, right? But, yeah, when you take away the jump shot of a player who's under 6'4", yeah, 90% of the time, they're going to be worse than somebody. Hell, I don't even know what debate where I would say for a lot of players, oh, yeah, if you just remove the jump shot, then the other guy, you remove their rebounding or their handle. Oh, yeah. Like, I don't know. I just feel like it's unfair.
I just think jump shooting's a more important skill than handles. That's all. And especially when we're looking at the greatest to ever do it at that specific skill, taking that fully away from him, he's not wrong with the take, I guess. Propose the question, he's not wrong.
Disagrees with the take. It's just like, it's one of them things where he's not wrong at all, but it's like, okay. Like, I can't really say, what am I supposed to say? Anything different? Is that a slight at Steph Curry? No. Is that really propping up Kyrie? To be honest, no. I'd hope a lot of these top 30 players are better than Steph Curry without a jump shot.
What Anthony Edwards has taken those guys and done is absolutely amazing. Like, Rudy actually not trash anymore. He defends
oh, wow.
now.
Okay.
When you see him on the switches, he's up at the level. He's not just sitting back in the drop no more. When he gets switched on to the guy, it's like his antennas pop on. Like, oh, I got to sit down. And like, they're about to go at me and I'm guarding. I think it's been interesting to watch. He is actually impacting winning. Ain't no coach making you slide your feet like Rudy Gobert slide his feet.
This gotta be shaboing boing, bro. Shaboing boing boingy boing, bro. Oh my god, dude. This idea that Rudy Gobert is just starting to become impactful. Listen, if you want to feel like and say that Rudy Gobert is overrated, that's on you. That's fine. But to say that he's just starting to impact winning in 2024 after he's already been, at the very least, a finalist for DPOY for 4 years in his career, that's dick suck, bro. That's dick suck.
But that's not the only dick suck in this clip. Like, the idea that Anthony Edwards is the only reason he's doing it is kind of hilarious to me. Like, and Ant's my dog. Ant's officially my top 3 favorite players of all time. Don't tell me what I'm supposed to like. So I love Anthony Edwards there, and I'm all for him changing the culture in Minnesota for sure. But yeah, nah. He's the reason Gobert actually has an impact towards winning. It's insane straight. I do think that Anthony Edwards is showcasing you that there's multiple ways to lead a team, even constructively, like how his dynamic with Cat versus Jimmy Butler, though. So I'll give him some points there.
These are the top 5 worst basketball arguments out there. Number 5. Any old head that says you weren't alive to see him, so you don't know what you're talking about argument. This is always so annoying, especially when you make the effort to go back and watch old games. And
that shit was barely colored. You see that footage? Hold on.
I'm about to say, damn, it looked like you edited the coloring. I ain't gonna lie.
Especially when you make the effort to go back and...
Is that real?
Yeah, I'm so done with the 90s, bro. Like,
it's the 60s.
Number 5 is valid. Because, fuck, what do we need to talk about that shit for? Everybody need to shut up, unk. Ugh.
Watch old games and read opinions that players, analysts, and coaches had about the game at that time. Just for some old head to dismiss you so cockily. And funnily enough, that's the reason why this next terrible argument was created. Number 4.
So let's start off with take number 1. The shut up young blood take. Is that a bad take? You just got to be realistic with your biases. That's all. When you walk into an argument thinking you're a smart ass and know everything about a certain era and dismiss someone who actually was there for their opinions just because they didn't have the stats in front of them, I think that's where it gets corny. I guess my hot take for this segment is just, what happened to just conversation? You know what I'm saying? Can we just walk into a room? I'm the young guy trying to learn about, the old times. You're the old dude that was there. Can we just educate each other? I don't know, bro. Maybe that's a J. Cole last take, but but
yeah, I'm about to say you ain't even gotta be all politically correct on the shit. In my opinion, we can have arguments, but I think "shut up, young blood" is a bad sentence when it's like the de facto thing you use to like feel like you're the king of the 90s or 80s or things like that. If a young nigga coming to you with the stats and shit like that, educate them not in the sense of just frame one telling them to shut up, but tell them like, well, this happened because of this, and that. You got to remember this injury, that injury, but you weren't around to see it. Like, you can even be a little condescending in your take. I don't really care. But ultimately, when you just say shut up because someone who's kind of calling you out for misrepresenting your era, and you're just like, shut up, you weren't there, that's when you lose me.
Listen, man, we are in the middle of the playoffs, and I personally think this is the best time to play daily fantasy sports with the sponsors of this video, PrizePicks. The game is very, very simple. The game is very, very easy, and I will show you how to make a lineup on PrizePicks in this video. If you haven't already, go ahead and sign up for an account, download their app, go on their website, and go ahead and click that NBA button for me, man. They got a bunch of different sports up top, but we're NBA heads over here. We're gonna stick to the NBA, and I will show you guys how to make an entry on PrizePicks. Tonight, the Boston Celtics are facing the Cleveland Cavaliers. Sage, do you think Jason Tatum can get more than 9 rebounds? Actually, better question. Who cares about Jason Tatum's rebounds tonight? What's his points at, man? Jason Tatum's points is at 27.5. Do you think Jason Tatum can get 28 points tonight?
Nope. He's getting less than that. Tatum's going to have a stinker tonight. I'm predicting 18, so I would say he's going to get less.
Well, it's my lineup.
Oh, now it's your lineup.
Yeah,
now it's just
man.
the Souls lineup. Huh?
It is my lineup, and I think he's due for one, man. He hasn't had a good scoring game yet, so.
I'm following trends. You're following your heart.
Luka Doncic, 52.5.
Hey, free bread. For free suggestion from TSO Sage. Luka, more. Next.
I'm going to go ahead and put $20 on this lineup right here for a chance to win 60. Submit lineup, and boom. That is how you make a lineup on PrizePicks.
If you use code SNS, PrizePicks will match up to $100 on your first deposit. So shout out PrizePicks for sponsoring this video. Now let's get back to the content.
Links to everything will be in the description.
Argument was created. Number 4. The "we done with the 90s" movement.
Best take
this
of all
argument
time,
is mostly the old heads' fault for being so disrespectful to the younger generation.
True.
But that doesn't make the argument any worse. This is mainly telling on all the people who never went back and watched old games. Greatness in all things is measured based on the context of time. Number 3.
Nah, we're done with the 90s. Nah, not buying that. We're done with the 90s. SGA drops off 90% of the NBA. I wish Jordan had Mikal Bridges. The fuck? We don't need no damn Scotty. Mikal clears. I'm tired of acting because of these old heads. Didn't evolve their handle. Rules or not, they are not as skilled as we are today. I'm officially done with the 90s. I never was with the 90s.
I guess it was just a bad faith argument. That's all. If you want to say the current era's more talented, I would even agree with you, to be honest. But just cherry picking a clips, I may even agree with the sentiment. It's just how you went about it. Oh my God, it is what it is.
The low light shit was corny though. I can't even troll about that.
6-0 versus 4-6 argument, or the 1-9 without Pippen argument. This just screams I lack historical context and you just want to push an agenda. There are real points and criticisms you can have of Jordan and LeBron's career, but the two that I just mentioned don't hold much weight. Number 2.
I see that's probably the most up in the air one. I wouldn't rank that number 2 on this list being or number 3 on this list being said. I think that take you there's some validity to it to a certain degree, but obviously it's still cringe to hear.
Yeah, it's just ignorance battled with ignorance. That's all. I just want to know who started it. I think a lot of these takes is just who started the ignorant shit first. Because if you're going to start being ignorant, I could be ignorant back. All right? MJ was 1-9. Cool. Bron was 4-6. But who did it first? Did someone say, hey, LeBron couldn't win in the finals so that Bron fans have to bring up the 1-9 shit? I feel like it's actually the latter of it, but I don't know.
Yeah, I definitely think that old head seen LeBron lose to the Spurs and said he can't be the GOAT. And LeBron fans were like, the fuck? And then it just started a war.
Number 2, the you don't know ball for having a different opinion than me.
I want to see what's
There are two different types of you don't know ball claims. There's the you are just wrong about something, like saying Trae Young is a traffic cone on defense, or that Vince Carter made it to an NBA Finals. That just shows that you actually don't know what you're talking about. But then there's the opinion-based you don't know ball. Like, if someone says Kobe is better than Duncan all time, but I say Duncan is better than Kobe, and I tell them that they don't know ball. I'm not actually engaging with the argument. I'm just dismissing the other person without proving any real points.
Yeah, shorts comments, you won't see this because you have the brain of like, I don't even know what kind of crayon eater, but like you just have the shortest attention span of all time. But yeah, this is like why if I'm ever lurking in the shorts comment section, I'm just trolling back. In the video comment section, I'll debate you to a certain degree. But y'all niggas literally don't debate. Y'all do not debate. All you guys do is say, timestamp, you thought this guy's a casual, doesn't know ball. And it's like, okay, what's your point? And that's the ironic thing, too. And Souls will attest to this. Anytime, whether it's on a Twitter space, a playback stream, a Discord call, or even the comment section, if we see it, anytime we like not pressure you because I don't want y'all to think y'all getting bitched. But like anytime we just ask you a question or pick your brains a little bit, now it's like, oh, okay, well, I see where you're coming from. But like nah, bro. I thought I didn't know anything. I thought I didn't know ball just because we disagree. But now you see where I'm coming from. Now I'm smarter now because I just have details behind my take. It's easily number one for me. I don't know what he has a number one.
I just hate when y'all pull this on easily debatable topics. Like this is clearly a question for a reason because there's two sides to the argument, and now we're having this discourse on said topic. But for you to pull the you don't know ball card, like bro just said, just because I got Pascal Siakam at 43 and you got him at 38, like come on, dude. Like what are we doing?
Yeah, that'd be the fucking worst part, bro. I don't mean to yap it up this vid, but I always yap, right? But that'd be the fucking worst part. It's always something 3 spots in between, dog. Like on our grading videos, dog, you'll say someone's a B, I'll say someone's a C. Oh my God! God forbid it's a C+. That'll really get you mad, right? Like, oh.
Any real points. Number one, and my absolutely least favorite argument, is the take away this player's best attribute and he wouldn't be in the league argument. Examples include take away Steph's shooting, or take away Giannis's height, or take away LeBron's athleticism. These are all just ludicrous opinions because it quite literally does not matter. Who cares how a player is effective as long as they are effective? You are making absolutely 0 real points against a player when you bring up this argument.
That's actually ironic. We just got done talking about the Curry Kyrie thing, especially when what makes them effective is even seen as more valuable or not, right? So hence why I thought the Curry thing was unfair. But getting back to this main take, I can see this being number one. It's definitely up there as well. It's pretty fucking stupid to argue that, hey, if LeBron just didn't use his 6'9", 260-pound frame, he wouldn't be as good. Well, yeah, I mean, we don't know what 6'1" LeBron would fucking be. That nigga might have the biggest bag we've ever seen because he would have been practicing that. Like, Chris Paul, if he was, but then we always want to do the inverse, right? So we always want to go, now, Chris Paul was 6'6", he keeps all his skills. The handle's the same, everything's the fuck same. He doesn't just become a better slasher. No. He literally, the game just perfectly translates. Curry 7'3"? Oh yeah, he's just the greatest shooter of all time at 7'3". No, I don't think he would be the same ball handler and shooter. I think we may see some post touches. He might even have a dunking bag, if you will. I just wondered the fuck why. I don't know.
Some of y'all want to see players get worse, dog. Just because you're horny for handles and fadeaways, like, oh my God, play 2K if you're really that horny for fucking fadeaways, dog. Jesus Christ.
Quickest snub take, side note, doesn't have help and/or has too much help. That's definitely in my top 5. Kind of what Soul sent it to. Y'all just want to see players fail.
Top 10 most influential basketball players to ever play the game? Let's take a look. To start it off at number 10, give me James Harden. He started the free throw merchant trend that we see today with all these all.
Probably.
You might be higher. I need to see the other names, but
he's the name that, like, you would think they're trolling, but, like, when we talk about what influence is, even if it's negative to you, yeah, James definitely probably on my list somewhere.
Yeah, the foul baiting in this era, in my opinion, was really, like, there's been foul baiters in the past, but James Harden just damn near made it cool. Like,
I'm saying
the step back, I ain't gonna lie, he pushed the fuck out of me. I love the step back, man. Everyone loved the step back now, man. But nah, James Harden might be higher on this list, dog.
And let me be clear, because Souls will argue this as well, so we know. He may not have been the first person to do a step back 3, dog, but who like really got motion for that shit? Bro, come on, bro.
All-stars scoring half their points from the free throw line. With the number 9 pick, give me the dominant Shaquille O'Neal. His personality is what really makes him a top 10 influence, but we can't deny how dominant of a run him and
influence in debate, yeah, but influence in the play? Like, yeah, what are we talking? Are we talking about influence in the NBA community? Because, like, I can maybe see an idea of, like, yo, you want that athletic freak of nature at all times. But if we're talking about influence and how people play, I mean,
someone did make this argument that after the 70s, we were trending towards like forwards and guards really dominating the sport. Magic, Larry, Jordan. But then I understand Hakeem's in there. There's been dominant bigs even in these eras. But when Shaq came in and three-peated and motherfuckers needed to have two bigs just to stop Shaquille O'Neal, I think he kind of reversed back the shits a little bit and delayed the three-point era longer than what it needed to be. So there's a case there. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, I probably have Harden up, but Shaq, I'm not mad at Shaquille O'Neal being in the 10. Put it that way.
I'm going to take Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I really don't think this guy is a top 10 talent and influence, but I just think that the records that he set paved the way for the other influential players. Players such as number 7, Magic Johnson. He brought a flash and a dominance to the game that the NBA hadn't seen before. You can also argue that he paved the way for triple-double guys like Russell Westbrook and LeBron James. Adding yet another Laker to the list here is number 6, Kobe Bryant. With a play style just like Jordan, I can't have him too much higher, but I definitely think this guy could make a great case for being a top 3 influence. Oscar Robertson at 5 is strictly for his triple-double point guard prowess. He paved the way for guys like Russell Westbrook and Magic Johnson, making him a top 5 influence. Following him up at number 4 is the guy who does it all, King LeBron James. I don't think I need an argument for why he's in the top 5, but I think I need an argument for why he's not in the top 3, because I think the guys above him just did a little bit more for the game.
Predictions is KD? Is KD in the top 3?
Yeah, there's no argument for KD having more influence than LeBron. Please don't. As KD probably should be on this list. So, okay, I'm expecting Kevin Durant. Please don't. Curry, instant. Jordan, instant. I'm praying that third's not KD, to be honest with you. Hey, KD does belong on this list for obvious reasons, but definitely shouldn't be above LeBron.
The number 3 pick, Allen Iverson. This guy brought
shit.
I got the crossovers, just a new aesthetic.
KD's probably not on this.
Seen before. His play isn't what makes him so influential. It's more the aesthetic and his personality that he brought to the game. I think that's what really paved the way for a lot of the young hoopers we see today, doing their own thing on the court. But it doesn't quite match up to what number 2, Michael Jordan, has done for the game. He really saved the NBA that we see today because nobody was watching the game before he came to it. His influence is still seen today because everyone wears number 23. He's still the greatest of all time. Before we get to number 1, could you guys please drop a quick follow and a like so we can make more lists? And finally, the most influential basketball player of all time is by far Stephen Curry. Greatest shooter ever. No elite is safe. This guy will forever be the biggest influence on basketball that we see in the future.
Most influential.
Here's my one counter argument. I'm not even saying that's a bad argument. In fact, I probably agree that you play shuffle between Curry, Jordan, and LeBron for me personally. I think AI did a lot for culture, but we have to factor in play at some point. My thing with not saying Michael Jordan is that he really did, and granted, we talked about Shaq kind of slowing it down. Jordan did kind of just say, fuck this center shit. Like, I don't give a fuck how tall you are, dog. You can't stop me. Literally calling him God if he played basketball. Shoes that are still selling today. Everybody wants to be like Mike, Space Jam, all of these things. Chasing Jordan's ghosts. He has like the quote perfect career in the NBA. I think for what Curry was able to do for like this next generation is huge, but the fact that Jordan still matters and his prime was like mid to late 90s or like even if you want to go early 90s, the fact that it's still like Jordan influences this, that, and we're in the 2020s. I don't know, bro. So I'm not mad at either one, though, to be honest.
I think in terms of what happens on the court, Steph Curry definitely has, not definitely, but he has a better argument there. But if we're looking at the whole total package of influence, because Jordan did also impact the on-court shit, but the off-court of globalizing the game to the point where other countries' national sport is basketball because of the dream team. Like, I am from the Philippines. For anyone who has been to the Philippines, it is damn near weird to me how much we love basketball because of how relatively new it is. Jordan got it, bro.
I'm obviously a Black American, but I've heard a lot of people argue what you've said, but even for Kobe Bryant.
Oh, yeah.
And the fact that Kobe Bryant is more under the shadow of Jordan, per se, that kind of like adds on to the thing as well. But yeah, a lot of people, ask anybody that isn't from America, a lot of people will tell you, oh yeah, Kobe all day. I don't know how this dude doesn't have Kobe in the 3. So yeah, I don't know. It's tough, but it's definitely one of those two, in my opinion.
If he was in the Western Conference at 25 years old, I'm having a really hard time thinking that he wouldn't win. That's number one. Number two, Ticket, if you're going to talk about the Eastern Conference being weak, then you got to do the same thing with the Los Angeles Lakers when they had Jabbar and when they had Magic. Because this is the same Los Angeles Lakers. 7 times in 9 years, in the first round, they played a team that's under 500, just like Cleveland was doing. Not to mention in the 1986-87 season, when they played a team in the first round that was 6 games under 500, and to get to the NBA Finals when they played the Seattle Supersonics, 4 games under 500. So when you're talking about James playing in a weak Eastern Conference, you got to do that with everybody, Ticket, but you don't. And the reason why you don't do that, because it doesn't fit your narrative.
Damn.
Don't
be editing, by the way.
Oh, yeah, I'm about to say, yeah. Who's that guy?
I mean, listen, man, the West wasn't always the big bad monster in the NBA. Now, it has been a while. It has been 44 years? Yeah, 44 years since
I thought the West was ass. It's been a long time.
Yeah, it's been a long time. But yeah, I mean, that's the part of like historical basketball that I feel like a lot of people don't realize in the 80s is like that West was not that like prior to the 90s was probably when the East and the West was the most equal. Even then, I still might have to give it to the West, to be honest with you. But in the 80s, boy, if you look at the teams that was making the playoffs, talk about 35, 38 win teams, was not looking good, man. It was not looking good.
Kansas City Kings.
Yeah.
like, oh, man. Ooh.
And in terms of being top heavy, like the top heavy teams was in the 80s, the Celtics, the Pistons, and the Sixers. Out in the West, it really was just the Lakers. I mean, the Rockets made it a couple times, but
the Warriors were a little bit entertaining.
Yeah, the Blazers were a little bit, but in terms of the top heavy dudes, yeah, nah, the East got it in the 80s. What's the first thing? If he was in the Western Conference at 25 years old, I'm having a really tough time.
Saying he wouldn't win. Oh, I think he's saying that about Jordan?
No, I think he's saying if LeBron was in the West at 25 years old, that he would win one. Because people are probably saying that if LeBron was in the West, he would have never have made it to the finals or won a championship. I would actually, I would agree. I think LeBron can get one. If he started his career off in the West, just because the likelihood of him actually being on a competent team and a competent franchise would be higher, and you put LeBron on a competent franchise, I think he gets you one. Would he have made 8, 9 straight finals appearances? Probably not. But he would have got you one, man. He would have got you one. The same way he got one in 2020.
Might even apply for both. Now that I really think about it. Might even apply for both. Because when did Michael started winning? Around 30?
27, 28.
Yeah, so...
What I like about the conversation is they don't put my boy's name in it. If you're going to be throwing names around, you got to have my boy's name in it. That's like saying, what are the best luxury cars out there? Lexus or a Beamer? You got to put the Mercedes in there too. Mike, LeBron, or Kobe, now y'all debate.
I refuse to get into the GOAT debate. I don't care. They didn't play against each other. What makes him great is the fact that he's done it now for 21 years at the highest level. Yeah, LeBron's never averaged 35 in a year. Guess what? He's averaged 25 or more for 20 straight years. We're nitpicking. A lot of times we're comparing eras. Like, I'll say this with Michael Jordan, and I don't mean this to be controversial. Michael Jordan, during his heyday, 6 teams were added to the NBA. There were 90 players added to the NBA. Does that not water down? I'm not talking playoffs, by the way. No.
Ask it to Shaq, bro. That's his era, too. I mean, he was drafted in 93.
Ah, man. O'Neal, what you doing with that, bro? Because you were one of the new ones.
You made it to the top 50 all-time in like 4 years.
I'm about to say, for those that ain't played 2K my eras or just don't know ball for real, Orlando weren't always there, man. So, what you doing, O'Neal?
Chance we're talking playoffs. You're not telling me that the league for a little bit is going to be a little watered down?
I swear to God, Shaq just says the same takes like 5 times every single year, dog, with just different camera angles. The league is soft. What about Kobe? I'd cook Rudy Gobert. Hey.
Yo, what's up with you, man? What's going on, man?
This was a bad thing, man.
The league is soft. I cook Kobe. All the centers suck. What else? This isn't real defense. This guy's not Superman. Oh, I'd cook today. Definitely I'd cook today.
In terms of the Kobe conversation, womp womp. I don't... I don't think like even in the car analogy, like Kobe's like an Acura. You know what I'm saying?
Here you go. All right, now I'm on Team O'Neal. Now I'm on Team O'Neal. Now I'm on Team O'Neal. You lost me. He went too far. He had too much dip on his chip, chat. Now I'm on Team on an Acura.
I'll just say we talk about Lambos, Ferraris, and Porsches, and you bring up a BMW. That's what I'm saying.
Fucking bet.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
I'm on Team O'Neal. Boo this man.
All right, man. Shout out Kobe, man.
I don't think you want to shout out Kobe.
Nah, I do, man.
You wouldn't buy him off the lot.
He's the only thing I can afford, so probably will. Oh my God. With the 8th pick. Now let me chill.
Yeah. 5 seconds. What the fuck? Must have sent the wrong clip.
What the hell?
I must have sent the wrong clip in the chat. What the hell?
Only real basketball fans know the answer. I guess I don't know ball. What it?
I guess I don't know ball.
Oh, we talk about Kelly Oubre. Oh. You a bitch. You a bitch. You a bitch. And you a bitch.
Damn. All right, Dwight, you got us. You got us. But nah, that conversation was pretty fucking annoying. For those that didn't see the title, I don't know if it made the edit. He was referring to if LeBron made the comeback down 0-3. I hate you all. You're the reason Denver fans play victim, but it's fine. Ant and 6.
With that being said, man, appreciate y'all for watching this video. Shout out to these TikToks, man. It was a good round of TikToks, man. The takes are getting better. The takes are getting better. With that being said, we'll catch you on the next one. Peace.
Peace.